What if I told you that you hold the most powerful creative tool in the universe right between your lips? That every morning, without realizing it, you're either building the life of your dreams or constructing your own prison. The secret lies in two simple words that you speak countless times each day, yet rarely with conscious intention. I am. These aren't just words. They're creative commands sent directly to the fabric of reality itself. Every time you say, I am exhausted, I am struggling, or I am unlucky, you're not describing your situation. You're programming it. You're issuing direct orders to the universe about who you are and what you deserve to experience. Think about it. How do you complete the sentence, I am, throughout your day? Because whatever follows those two words becomes the blueprint for your existence. The universe doesn't debate with you. It doesn't question whether you're right or wrong. It simply takes your word as law and begins orchestrating circumstances to match your declaration. This isn't mystical thinking, it's quantum reality. In physics, we know that the observer effect changes the behavior of particles simply through observation. Your self-perception operates on the same principle. The moment you observe yourself as broke, tired, or unlucky, you collapse the wave of infinite possibility into that specific reality. Ancient wisdom has always recognized this truth. When Moses encountered the divine and asked for its name, the response wasn't metaphorical, it was instructional. I am that I am. This wasn't just revealing God's nature, it was revealing the creative mechanism itself, the power to speak reality into existence through the declaration of identity. But here's where most people go wrong. They use I am to report on their current circumstances instead of declaring their intended reality. They say, I am trying to get healthy, instead of I am healthy. They affirm, I am working toward abundance, instead of I am abundant. This subtle difference creates a massive gap in the quantum field. When you say, I am trying, you're actually declaring yourself as someone who tries but doesn't achieve. The universe responds by giving you more trying and less achieving. When you say, I am working toward, you're positioning yourself as someone who's always approaching but never arriving. And so the universe keeps you perpetually in approach mode. The shift happens when you begin speaking from your desired future as if it's already here. Not because you're lying, but because you're leading. You're leading your brain, your energy, and your reality toward alignment with who you're choosing to become. Neuroscience backs this up completely. When you consistently think and feel from a future identity, your brain doesn't wait for external proof. It immediately begins rewiring itself to match that identity. Dr. Joe Dispenza's research shows that your neural pathways literally reconstruct themselves based on who you consistently declare yourself to be. Bruce Lipton's work on epigenetics reveals that your beliefs, your internal I am statements, directly influence your biology, switching genes on and off based on the frequency you maintain. Your body is literally listening to every identity you claim and reshaping itself accordingly. But transformation isn't just about changing your words, it's about changing your internal frequency. Your subconscious mind has been running programs for years, maybe decades. If you've been unconsciously affirming, I am not good enough, or I am always struggling, these become background broadcasts, constantly transmitting to the quantum field. This is why simply layering new affirmations on top of old programming doesn't work. If someone has been declaring, I am terrible with money for 20 years, simply saying, I am wealthy once a day won't override the dominant signal. The field responds to your most consistent broadcast, not your most inspired moments. The solution is conscious interruption combined with embodied alignment. The next time you catch yourself saying, "I am overwhelmed," pause. Don't force a positive affirmation that feels fake. Instead, choose something that feels neutral yet aligned. "I am learning to handle this with ease." This interrupts the old pattern without creating resistance. Then, as your nervous system begins to accept these softer statements, you can elevate them. "I am calm under pressure." "I am naturally organized." Eventually, "I am effortlessly managing everything in my life." Here's what makes this so powerful. Each time you choose a new "I am," you're collapsing a different possibility from the quantum field. Just like in the double-slit experiment, your observation changes the outcome. But instead of observing particles, you're observing your own identity. And that observation reshapes your reality at the most fundamental level. This creates what I call the coherence loop. Your declaration strengthens your internal frequency. Your frequency influences your external reality. Your changing reality reinforces your new declaration. This feedback loop becomes self-sustaining once it reaches critical mass. But here's the crucial part. Your body must feel safe in the new identity before external evidence appears. If your nervous system has associated success with danger or love with loss, it will sabotage new realities until it's reconditioned. You must teach your body that abundance, love, and success are safe states to inhabit. This is where practices like breathwork, meditation, and visualization become essential. They're not just feel-good activities, they're nervous system training. When you can breathe deeply while imagining abundance, when your heart rate stays calm while visualizing success, you're creating somatic coherence with your declaration. The magic happens when thought, feeling, and physiology align. When your mind declares, "I am successful," your emotions feel successful, and your body is relaxed in that state of success. You've achieved what quantum physics calls resonance. Like two tuning forks vibrating at the same frequency, your entire being becomes a unified transmission that the universe can clearly reflect. This is what mystics have called the God state, not because you become superior to others, but because you align with the same creative principle that speaks worlds into existence. You stop asking the universe for what you want and start declaring who you are. And the universe, being perfectly obedient, has no choice but to mirror that declaration back to you. The difference between those who manifest easily and those who struggle isn't in their techniques, it's in their consistency of identity. Easy manifestors aren't oscillating between "I am powerful" and "I hope this works." They decide once and live from that decision as if no other possibility could exist. Your current reality might seem to contradict this new identity. But remember, your present circumstances are just old data, echoes of past "I am" statements. The God state doesn't deny what's in front of you. It refuses to give it the final word. It speaks the new frequency until the echo itself changes. This is why mastering your inner dialogue becomes non-negotiable. Every unconscious "I am tired," "I am broke," "I am unlucky" is a vote for the timeline you least want to experience. The quantum field counts every one of those votes in real time. But here's the beautiful part. Practice creates permanence. The more you consciously choose your "I am" statements, the less you'll need to monitor them. Eventually, the elevated identity becomes your default operating system. You wake up already tuned, already aligned, without having to manufacture faith or summon courage. When that happens, the world begins responding differently. People treat you in alignment with the frequency you broadcast. Opportunities arrive that match your new identity. Synchronicities multiply until they feel ordinary. But they're not ordinary. They're proof that the quantum field has locked onto your new transmission. So I invite you right now to feel into this truth. Place your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and declare with complete certainty, I am that I am. Let those words settle into your bones. Feel them radiate into the field around you. From this moment forward, the universe will no longer question who you are, and neither will you. Your I am isn't just a phrase. It's the most powerful creative force in existence. Use it consciously. Use it boldly. Use it as if your entire life depends on it, because in every quantum sense, it does. Remember, you're not forcing the universe to obey your commands. You're remembering that the universe itself speaks through you. When you declare I am from this frequency, it's not a request, it's a fact. And facts at the quantum level rearrange matter, energy, people, and circumstances in perfect obedience to coherence. This is your birthright. This is your power. This is the God state awaiting your conscious activation. I am that I am. Now go forth and create consciously.